So let's figure out how to pack for your next trip to the Arctic. So last month I went to Norway, one of the coldest countries in the world, and I didn't just go to Norway, I went to Tromsø, which is in the Arctic Circle. And it was beautiful, it was amazing, there were so many fun activities to do, but it was freezing cold. Yet, I had the best time possible because of some important items I took and because I researched the proper way to dress when you travel to the Arctic. So in today's video, I'm going to help you with exactly that. So the first and probably the most important thing that you want to pack for this trip is a good jacket. And you can buy a really nice and really fancy jacket from the North Face, from Canada Goose, from Montclair, or from Columbia, or something like that. But this jacket here was from Mountain Warehouse and it cost me about £45, which is really not that much, and it worked perfectly for me. What I would recommend is getting a jacket with some sort of thermal lining and weatherproof outer layering that protects you against wind, snow and rain. If you're not sure how to find a jacket like this, looking for a ski jacket would probably be your best bet. After your jacket, the next big thing that you would need is some good footwear. Because it's going to be snowy and it's going to be icy. So you want shoes with a good grip and that are once again weatherproof and ideally a bit insulated. So you have two options here. One, you can go for snow boots, which are made for the snow. But they're really big, they're really chunky and they're not as versatile, and you probably can't wear them everywhere. They're tough to use again if you're not someone who lives in a snowy environment or climate. So the alternative would be some really good hiking boots. Ideally ones that have a good grip, like I said, ones that are weatherproof, so that will protect you from snow and rain. And yeah, if they're a bit thick and a bit warm, that's good as well. So I got this pair from Columbia and they served me perfectly on the trip. Protected me from snow, kept me warm. I'd say the grip wasn't the best for the ice, but not much will give you a great grip for the ice. So what you can do is you can buy snow spikes or ice spikes or whatever they're called. They're basically these spikes that you can attach to the bottom of your shoes, and they prevent you from slipping into the ice because they sort of dig into them while you're walking. So the next layer after your outer jacket would be some sort of inner layers, so sweaters, fleeces, things like that. Usually these winter trips have lots of activities, so my go-to choice for my next layer was fleeces, like this one, and this one. The alternative to fleeces, if you want to look a bit smarter, is wearing a really nice sweater underneath, but ideally one that's kind of thick and woolen, like this sweater that I wore, and it's from Uniqlo. So now what's going to keep you really warm is wearing something that's really insulating underneath those fleeces as well. So my go-to choice for that was wearing some thermal inner layers. You can find one at any sort of sports or hiking store or anything like that, but a great choice is wearing heat tech thermals from Uniqlo. Similarly, you'd want to be wearing some thermal layers underneath as well, so leggings like this underneath whatever pants you're wearing will keep you the warmest that you could possibly be. I carried 2 thermal layers on top, 2 thermal layers at the bottom, and alternatively to thermal layers, if you don't feel that cold, is that you could actually just wear full sleeve tops like this one right here. And what are you gonna wear down below to keep you warm? So I'll tell you what I took. I took a pair of these woolen sweats from Abercrombie that are really comfortable but also keep you warm if you wear them over a thermal layer. I also took these slightly more sort of technical jean type pants that also worked pretty well for me. These where you're spending long amounts of time in the snow, or you're spending a lot of time outside and in a windy area that's maybe a bit outside the city, something like that. Then you could go for these, which are ski pants or snow pants, whatever you call them. So they're slightly thicker than your normal pants and they're weatherproof as well. So waterproof, snowproof, and they protect you against the wind as well. I promise you, if you're wearing these pants, you're not going to be getting cold below the waist at all. But it's important to remember that if you're going to be spending a lot of time indoors and not that much time outdoors, these are probably going to be too warm for you, and they'll almost edge on being slightly uncomfortable when you're inside. Now, it's also exceedingly important to protect your extremities when you're outdoors in -5, -10, -15 degree weather. And that means covering things like your ears and your hands and your neck. So firstly, that means carrying some nice warm hats with you. And I'd carry more than one, because if you want to change up your outfits a little bit, you're probably not going to be changing your jacket every day. So the best way to change up your looks is with beanies. So I took one white one, a brown one, and this navy one that I wore throughout my trip. Now, to protect your hands, you obviously want gloves. You could carry a normal cloth or woolen pair of gloves like this one, but it's probably not going to protect you from the cold as much as you'd want it to. Because trust me, your fingers are something that get cold really fast, and you underestimate how cold they can actually get. Because when your body gets really cold, the first place it takes blood away from is your fingers and toes. So what I'd actually recommend is gloves that are more like these ones, which are actually kind of snowproof, at least from the back, and are a little thicker and will definitely protect you from the cold better than those ones will. But to be honest with you, my hands got a bit cold in these gloves as well. So yeah, if you can find the warmest gloves possible, maybe take those ones. Now, if you're going to be outdoors a lot and it's going to be windy, one of the most underrated pieces of sort of protection against the cold is actually one of these. You might be thinking, what is this? So this is basically a garter, or sort of something you wear around your neck, and it really does protect you around there. Which is a place you really don't realize you need protection, but when it's that cold, you do. When we were on our fjord cruises and boat tours in the Arctic, this proved really effective, and I think I would have really struggled without it. All the wind coming and hitting your neck, and if it hits your neck, sometimes it goes inwards into your jacket and your clothes, making you feel really cold. So this is a really important layer of protection that I would highly recommend. Also, if your face starts getting cold, which it does, you can just lift it up like this, and it gives you a good layer of protection against the wind on your face, albeit you do look a bit like a burglar. Last extremity you'd want to protect is your feet and your toes, and other than your hiking boots or your snowshoes, the layer that's going to really help you is woolen socks. So you want some thick woolen socks. You'll be able to feel how thick they are. And some alternatives to carrying just normal woolen socks are carrying heat tech socks from Uniqlo again, because I know those work effectively, or finding some merino wool socks. Those are probably the best option that you can find to keep your toes warm. Now, another highly underrated thing that I would really recommend taking with you for your trip is these. So these are hand warmers. So basically, I think they're different. Oops, I'm holding it upside down. Basically, they're different companies that make these, but we got these Hot Hands hand warmers. So have a look here. They're basically these little pockets that you can take out, and you just slide them into your pockets of your jacket or of your pants, and each time you put your hands inside, they'll be nice and warm. So they're like a little tiny bonfire to heat up your hands inside your pockets. Alternatively, you can also slip them inside your gloves or inside your boots, and that will heat you up as well, and it'll keep you heated regularly. Be careful though, sometimes they can get really warm, but yeah, it's another great sort of solution to keep yourself warm in the Arctic. So going to Norway, Finland or Iceland does mean that you're dealing with extreme temperatures. There's a way that you can enjoy the winter landscapes and the beauty of these places without freezing to death, and that's by dressing the way I just told you. If you feel really cold, feel free to add more layers, extra t-shirts, extra thermals, thicker sweaters. A thing that the Norwegians do and that I think a lot of Scandinavians do to keep themselves warm is wear these really thick 100% wool sweaters that are so warm that some of them don't even wear jackets on top. If you can find one of those on your trip, that may serve you better than anything else, but those are quite expensive. So this, I think, is the most reasonable and affordable way to keep warm and to dress well for your trip. Obviously, you can find all the things here in different ranges, and if you're interested in any of the products, or if you want to know where I bought them or what my specific products are, drop a comment down below asking me. I'll leave links down in the description below. I'll send you links that you need. And if you have any further questions, feel free to ask me. I hope this video was helpful otherwise in preparing you in dressing for the Arctic and packing for the Arctic. If it was, drop a like down below on this video, smash that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one.